Welcome to the coolest stuff on the planet.
Hi everyone, this is Kathryn, and I'm your co-host for The Coolest Stuff on the Planet. And sitting across from me is Rachel. How are you?
Hello, I'm good.
This is a special episode for us because, we're combining a couple of things that we both like.
Road trips and food. So for today's episode, we're going to take a look at 5 restaurants in different areas of the country, of the United States, that are totally worth visiting.
Yeah, and we got some extra input with this one. We polled some of the staff at HowStuffWorks and Coolest Stuff. So we're going to start off with number 5, which is my favorite, Commander's Palace, which is in New Orleans. And it's owned by the famous Brennan family. If you've been to New Orleans, you'll know that they own many fine restaurants there. And it's won tons of awards for food and all that stuff. And basically, it's New Orleans cuisine at its finest. It's just really good food. You can't go wrong with anything you have there. I still remember what I had a few years ago.
Tell me, Kathryn. I need to know.
All right. Well, we started off with this mock turtle soup, which I'd never had before, which was amazing. And then they had this roasted stuffed quail. And then for dessert, we had a bread pudding with a warm whiskey cream. It's just a really good experience and a good representation of New Orleans food.
All right. Well, on to number 4 on our list. That would be a little restaurant called Shoko, which is in Chicago, Illinois. And it's one of 3 in the city owned by very, very famous Mexican chef Rick Bayless. Shoko is casual dining, snack, street food sort of version of them all. They have lots of little snacky foods on the menu, like tortas, which are like Mexican sub sandwiches. They have 4 or 5 different kinds of Mexican hot chocolate, and they grind the cacao beans on the premises.
Wow.
So you can imagine how good that must be.
Yeah. I would love to check that place out. Moving on to number 3. This was recommended by our colleague Kathryn, and she recommended this place called Piroshki Bakery, which is in the Pike Place Market in Seattle. And this started in 1992. The Kotelnikov family started the restaurant. And in case you're wondering what a piroshki is,
and we were.
I know I was.
I didn't know what it was.
I know I had to check it out and look at the pictures. They describe it as a baked bun, which is traditionally stuffed with beef and onions, but they have tons of varieties of all kinds. You can get dessert types and lunch types, and one thing that's real popular with the people in Seattle is a smoked salmon piroshki.
Which makes sense since they're on the coast.
Exactly, that's what they're known for.
Sounds awesome.
Okay, and number 2 on our list is Junior's, home of the world's most fabulous cheesecake. It's been open since 1950, and this Brooklyn eatery is famous for what else? Their cheesecake. And we have Chanel here, who's one of our other editors, and she loves it. So she's going to tell us about it. Chanel, what's it all about there?
I've been eating their cheesecake for a very long time. I'm a native New Yorker, and basically, if you are a native New Yorker, and especially if you're a native Brooklynite, you know Junior's. And if you don't know the cheesecake, if nothing else, you know the actual outside with the very bright yellow letters that reads Junior's.
What's so great about it?
What's so great about the about the cheesecake? It is some of the richest cheesecake I've ever had. Actually, let's remove the some. It is the richest cheesecake that I've ever had.
Yeah, what's your favorite flavor?
You're going to get me in trouble with this one because my personal favorite flavor is the plain with the strawberry topping, but I know that answer is probably going to cause some angry mail because, purists go for the plain, no topping, which is good.
Great. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
And that takes us to number 1 on our list, which is the Vortex Bar and Grill here in, thank you, Kathryn, for drumroll, here in Atlanta, Georgia, of course. Not that we're biased, but this is a pretty fantastic little restaurant. So the Vortex was opened by 3 siblings in 1992 in Midtown, and then in 1996 they opened a location in Little Five Points.
Yeah, and that one is pretty iconic for that skull kind of decor in front.
Can't really miss it.
And that was designed and constructed by the 2 brothers who own the Vortex.
Vortex has a lot of items on its menu, but it's really famous for its burgers.
Oh, yeah, it is. The one that I had that I really enjoyed was the Tasmanian Devil Burger, which has got a pepperberry rub and pineapple salsa and, of course, lots of cheese. And that was amazing.
We also tried their cheesy cheddar balls, which is, I guess, the most popular appetizer, and they were delicious.
Yeah, and I noticed there was something kind of large on your plate.
Yeah, I couldn't really miss it, huh?
Yeah, no, I couldn't.
So since the 90s, the Vortex has offered this crazy burger called the Coronary Bypass, which is basically a big old burger with fried eggs on it. But recently this year they came out with the triple coronary bypass, and I'm just gonna recite what's on it because it's crazy. So 2 half-pound burgers stacked inside 3 grilled cheese sandwiches, topped with 2 fried eggs, 8 slices of cheese, 10 slices of bacon, mayonnaise. And then if that wasn't bad enough, the burger is like this tall burger that comes in like this ocean, this little moat of fries and tater tots smothered in cheese.
How was it? Was it good?
It was delicious, but I seriously felt like I might have a heart attack for the rest of that day. So order with caution.
Definitely. And what's cool too is the menu actually says on it that this is an idiot-free zone. And if you're what they call a great big jerk, they might just refuse service. But they're just kidding, they say. The manager told us. Yeah,
no, they have a great sense of humor. But we should mention that this is for adults, this restaurant. I mean, it is actually 18 and up.
Yeah.
And so just a little disclaimer there.
That's all we've got time for on this fabulous, tasty episode of The Coolest Stuff on the Planet. And we'll see you next time.
For more on this and thousands of other topics, visit HowStuffWorks.com and let us know what you think. Email travelpodcast@HowStuffWorks.com. Don't forget to check out our other podcasts, free on iTunes.